Tonight at 6, 8 children were found dead in Louisiana after a mass shooting last night.
North Carolina is experiencing a severe drought. Stay tuned to see what measures are being taken as we head into warmer weather.
The Supreme Court has agreed to review an anti-discrimination law in Colorado. We have the details as KSTV starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good Monday evening, Portage County, and welcome back to Kent Stater TV. I'm Lila Hughes.
And I'm Amanda Michelle. Thank you for joining us. Father shot and killed 8 young children and severely wounded 2 women last night in Louisiana.
This marks the nation's deadliest mass shooting in 2 years. CNN's Leigh Waldman has the details.
The community of Shreveport, Louisiana is struggling to comprehend the violence that unfolded Sunday morning.
It's just heartbreaking. It really is.
Police say 31-year-old Shamar Elkins shot his wife at a home in the Cedar Grove community before going to another home where he shot his 7 young children, a cousin, and a second woman. Family of the victims say Elkins and his wife were separating.
Probably about a month ago, I seen her and she told me she was filing for a divorce.
The Caddo Parish Coroner's Office says the victims killed range in age from 3 to 11. Law enforcement is describing the mass shooting as domestic in nature. It comes on the heels of unveiling the Caddo Sheriff's Office Domestic Violence Unit.
I don't believe any of us could have imagined that only days later our community would be shaken by the most heartbreaking tragedies that we have ever witnessed.
Some of the children tried to escape the home. A 13-year-old boy broke bones jumping from the roof and is expected to recover, according to police.
I am asking all of you to keep them lifted, and pray for them like you've never prayed before. This is what I'm asking of you from them.
After the shooting, police say Elkins carjacked a vehicle and led police on a chase before he was ultimately killed by officers. I'm Leigh Waldman reporting.
New details about the mass shooting in Iowa. The shooting occurred Sunday night in downtown Iowa City, not far from the University of Iowa. The perpetrator injured 5 people in the shooting. This includes 1 individual left in critical condition. There are 5 people of interest in the shooting. The police are asking for anyone with information to call. As of now, no arrests have been made.
A family of 7 was killed in a house fire on Sunday in Pennsylvania. The victims have been identified as a mother, her 4 sons, and 2 daughters. The children range in age from 3 to 11 years old and had just moved into the house a couple of months ago. State fire marshals are still investigating the incident and looking into whether a propane leak caused an explosion at the house.
I heard a boom and I could feel it. And I got up and looked out the window and I could see the flames through the windows. And I come running outside, and within a minute, the whole house was completely engulfed.
3 people were transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries after a 3-car traffic incident. Last night, one of the cars shredded a utility pole, overturned, and went off the road into a lake with 3 men inside thrown out of the vehicle. Anyone with additional information should contact the Canton Police Department Traffic Bureau.
Ohio's colleges and universities are eliminating nearly 90 degree programs as a result of Senate Bill 1. Kent State has eliminated the most programs, with 19 being cut, including the Bachelor's in Africana Studies and in Dance. Ohio Senate Bill 1 also bans diversity efforts, regulates classroom discussions, and prohibits faculty strikes, and also puts diversity scholarships at risk.
Japan's east and central coast. This comes after a 7.4 magnitude earthquake hit Japan earlier this morning.
That's right, Lila. The Richter scale, which measures earthquakes out of 10, The earthquake was very strong. The tsunami is expected to have waves up to 10 feet tall, and the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center reports that there is no threat to Canada or the U.S. West Coast.
Tsunamis are a scary weather event, but luckily, due to Ohio's lack of proximity to oceans, we do not have to worry about them directly affecting us.
That is true, but instead we get to deal with drastic temperature switches.
Unfortunately, we do have to deal with that. But as you follow me over to the weather, we will be talking more about the weather today and the temperatures that we saw as we woke up this morning. It was very bright and the sun was shining, but you know those were very, oh yeah, it was really cold out there. But as you can see right now, we're sitting at 43 degrees and it's overall pretty chilly. As we lean in closer to northeast Ohio, you can see Kent sitting at 41 degrees. Very cold. You know, we were just in the 80s last week and now we're hit with the 40s. Very, very cold. It's switch up. I took back all of my winter coats. I wish I didn't do that because I feel like I need them now. But as we look forward, and we could see that today, 42 degrees, partly cloudy. The wind coming from the southeast region from 10 miles an hour is going to make that 42 degrees feel more like 32 degrees. And that puts us right at the freezing point. And we did see some flurries earlier on in the morning around 3 a.m. It's pretty cold. The UV sits at a 6 out of 11. Not too bad, but I wouldn't recommend tanning in this weather because it is still very chilly. Yeah, bring your coats, bring your scarves. That's all that I have for right now. Stay tuned to see tonight's hourly forecast and the extended weekly forecast. Let's go back to the desk.
Raleigh, North Carolina is implementing water use restrictions after experiencing a severe drought. For now, the water use restrictions only apply to outdoor sprinkler use, and officials have said that the city's supply of drinking water is not threatened. Leaders hope implementing light restrictions now will prevent stricter ones later in the summer.
So it is a really unusual drought, and so we're responding in a proactive way, which means we're implementing stage 1 water use restrictions, which are largely focused on irrigation. So that is typically a big demand increase for us starting in April and going through the summer. So we're trying to curb some of that demand.
Members are missing after the U.S. flag cargo ship was found overturned near Saiponian following a typhoon. The typhoon hit the northeast Mariana Islands as a Category 4 storm with 150-mile-per-hour winds. The vessel reported an engine failure Wednesday before contact was lost on Thursday. U.S. Coast Guard and international teams have searched. Now, divers and drones are being deployed to investigate.
The Supreme Court has agreed to review a Colorado anti-discrimination law, which requires preschool receiving state funds to enroll all eligible children, including those of same-sex couples. This comes after a family whose children attended a Catholic school sued, claiming that non-discrimination provision violated the First Amendment's free exercise clause.
Tariff refunds process is starting to begin. This comes after the Supreme Court ruled against the president's emergency views about $166 billion in refunds. CBP estimates the money will go out 60 to 90 days after an application's approval. Not all tariffs and parties are eligible for reimbursements after this stage. The Trump administration is signaling it might try to delay or reduce the refunds.
President Donald Trump is set to take part in a week-long public Bible reading event called America Reads the Bible. Organizers say Trump will deliver a video message from the Oval Office on Tuesday, and the appearance comes after a recent disagreement with Pope Leo over Iran, and days after Trump posted and deleted an IA-generated image depicting himself as Jesus.
J.D. Vance is expected to attend another negotiation of peace in Pakistan this Wednesday. Negotiations are expected to include control of the Strait of Hormuz and nuclear constraints of Iran's enrichment program. Last week, President Trump threatened Iran with a reach deal which was not made. The new negotiations will be more than a week after Vance's first round of talks, which ended without a deal to end the conflict.
As a response to the continued U.S. blockade of Iran's ports, the country closed the Strait of Hormuz once again. The closure came hours after its reopening. Caused by the U.S.-mediated 10-day ceasefire deal, reports say Iranian gunboats fired at a merchant vessel as it attempted to cross after the military stated on Saturday that the strategic waterway had returned to its previous state.
The U.S. military captured an Iranian container ship this Monday morning. This comes hours before Washington is set to send negotiations to Pakistan. President Donald Trump claimed Tuska was hit after refusing to follow U.S. orders to change its original route through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran responded, calling the attack an act of piracy and threatening retribution.
Athletes getting golden tickets. Find out more about what that means and how they're getting them.
Don't turn your TV off just yet, as FanDuel is going in a different direction.
A look into the Guardian Series finale against the Orioles. I've got what to watch and what it means coming up.
Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a journey.
And although I may be lonely, stick around for what each of the cast members has planned for today.
All that and more on College Voice.
Peace.
Peace out.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Registration for Lavender Celebration is open now. Lavender Celebration is a historic pre-commencement ceremony held to honor queer graduating students. Now hosted by Pride Kent, this event will be held on April 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. in the Kent State Student Center Ballroom with a community reception at 5. Join us for a free dinner and award ceremony with keynote speakers and watch the graduates walk the stage and receive our iconic rainbow stoles. Bring your friends, family, and absolutely anyone, regardless of how you identify. Scan the QR code or go to the link below and register today. Registration closes April 20th.
Hey, I'm worried about your parents. We need to show them how to spot phishing emails.
Agreed, the scammers are out of control.
Plus, help them add multi-factor authentication.
Yes, we use MFA at work and it's great. Software update? Done. Time to celebrate.
For more information on how to keep yourself and those you care about safe online, go to cisa.gov/secure-our-world.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Whether you are sitting on the couch or running in a marathon, technology is a big part of everyday life.
Including robots, which are beginning to integrate into our own world. Our very own Anne-Marie Chula has more. Hi, Anne-Marie. What can you tell us?
Yes, that's right. Just like in Beijing, when they hosted a half marathon between humanoid robots and humans Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. The human-like robots and humans competed in the 2026 Beijing E-Town Half Marathon. Some robots ran independently, while others were remotely controlled, according to Winshaw. The robots showed off their mobility, balance, and navigation as they began to get more involved in day-to-day activities. A robot won in 15 minutes and 26 seconds. The human record is 57 minutes and 20 seconds. FanDuel is running towards the prediction market business. This allows people to bet on real-world scenarios, like the economy or the weather. However, bets on wars or elections is not allowed. This comes as sports betting is still illegal in certain states. The prediction markets are viewed as a trading product, not gambling, which allows them to be monitored by the government. Eli Lilly is increasing your chances of getting rid of cancer after they announced they're purchasing a biotech company, Colonia Therapeutics, for up to $7 million on Monday. Eli Lilly will pay $3.25 billion in advance, with the rest depending on clinical, regulatory, and commercial landmarks. Colonia is currently working on technology to rewire cancer patients' T cells inside the body to fight cancer. Planes go up and stocks go down as American Airlines stock has decreased after the company refused to discuss a possible mega deal with United Airlines last week. American Airlines said in a statement that the merger would be bad for competition as well as issues with the antitrust law. In February, United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby proposed a potential merger with rival American to the Trump administration. However, it is believed that the airline has been considering the merge since about last fall. For KSTV, I'm Anne-Marie Chilla. Now back to Amanda.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. Mars may have once looked a lot like Earth, with an ocean covering a third of the planet. Scientists say new evidence shows a flat band that seems to have been the outline of a former ocean. They are calling it a coastal shelf and say a mission launching in 2028 could help confirm whether the red planet once held an ocean. The idea of an ocean in Mars has been debated for decades, with questions still remaining about where the water came from or where it went.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Welcome back, Flashes, and I have a joke for you. What is a spaceman's favorite chocolate? A Mars bars. Fortunately, we won't see temperatures as hot as Mars, but we will be seeing a warm-up this week. Now, that doesn't include today, because as today we look at the hourly forecast from 8 p.m., we're going to be seeing that the temperature starts at 38, but as we get into Tuesday morning, 12 a.m., we're going to see 31 degrees. That's dipping below the freezing point. Very cold out, so it's not going to be as hot as Mars. It's going to be freezing. So as we look towards tomorrow, we're going to see a high of 70 degrees with winds coming from the south-southwest region at 14 miles an hour, making that 70 feel more like in the 50s because of that wind chill. As we look forward into the extended weekly forecast, I don't know if you want to bet on our weather. I feel like you could make a winning streak of like 6 7s in a row. That's pretty nice. But we're going to start in this 50s and have some high 70s throughout the week. Make sure to watch out for Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday for rain. That was a look at your full forecast for the week. Be sure to stay updated with KSTV. And I'm Lila Hughes, and that was your Monday weather. Let's go back to Amanda.
Thank you, Lila. Joe Biden appeared at the LGBT Community Center's annual dinner in New York City earlier this week. And during the event, she bid $35,000 for a role on season 2 of the show Heated Rivalry, as well as dinner with the show's curator. However, she was quickly outbid by the top bidder at $125,000. The second season of Heated Rivalry is expected to go into production later this fall and scheduled to release in April of next year. Lila, would you pay to be a guest on your favorite TV show?
I mean, I wouldn't spend that much on Heated Rivalry, but I'd spend a lot on an outfit to attend the Gala AFI Lifetime Achievement Award. The American Film Institute honored Eddie Murphy and his 5-decade career Saturday. The Institute awarded him the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award. Recent recipients of the award include Francis Ford Coppola, Nicole Kidman, and Julie Andrews. This year's event raised more than $2.5 million to support the American Film Institute nonprofit. Netflix will stream the ceremony starting May 31st.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Hey there, welcome to Kent Core.
Kent Core?
Kent Core. To Kent Core.
Trent, is there any updates on the Kent's baseball team?
Good evening. I'm Trent Branchin, and it was a big weekend in sports. The NBA playoffs tipped off with Game 1. Intensity crossed the league, while Kent State Golden Flash baseball locked up a series win at home. From playoff statements on the hardwood to clutch performances at Schuver Stadium, we've got you covered. Here's what you need to know. Kent State locked up the series win over Ball State with an 8-5 victory Sunday, improving to 28-10 on the season. After falling behind 2-0 early, the Golden Flashes responded in a big way, exploding for 5 runs in the second inning, highlighted by a 2-run shot from Beckler. Ball State tried to chip away late, but Peyton Williams shut the door with 2 strikeouts to secure the win. The Flashes are back in action Wednesday night at home against Mercyhurst at 6 p.m. Kent State is losing its top shooter as Jahari Williams is on the move. Williams led the Flashes in both three-pointers made and three-pointer percentages this season, leaving a major gap in the offense. He's headed to Pepperdine, and he'll be missed by Kent State. Looking ahead, the Flashes will turn to Cian Medley to help fill that role. Medley finished second in the team's three-pointers and will look to boost his efficiency this season. The Cleveland Cavaliers take the floor tonight as they host the Toronto Raptors in Game 2. Cleveland has dominated, winning every playoff game at home against Toronto. Donovan Mitchell led the way last game with 32 points, helping Cleveland shoot 50% from 3. The Raptors swept the Cavs in the regular season, proving they can flip the script when they need to get out in transition tonight. Cleveland looks to take a 2-0 series lead, while Toronto is trying to steal one on the road and even things up. Looking at the Guardians game, Stephen Kwan steps up to bat. He knocks one to the outfield, and the center field catches it. He fires it in, but the runner already gets home, scoring, making the Guardians up 1-0. Bottom of the fourth, Jose Ramirez bombs one to center field, extending the lead 2-0. Wow, did he hit that one deep. Juan Brito steps up. Guardians' most recent call-up goes up and over the head of Blaze. 2 runners making their way home. Is Blaze going to get it in time? He fires. Nope, they're running, and they both score, making it 4-0. However, the Orioles have an answer with Taylor Ward. He hits a 3-run home run for his first home run with his new team to bring the Orioles within 2. Bases loaded, Dylan Brewer hits a ball into the infield. Jeremiah Jackson with some great base running makes it to second and scores another at home. Guardians respond to the 4-run inning with the Jose Ramirez homer once again. Bottom of the 8th, Brian Rosillo comes through again with a 2-run single, securing the win and the series against the Orioles with a final score of 8-4. And that's all I have for today. To stay up to all things Kent State sports, head over to KentStater.com and tune into Sports Corner tonight at 8. That's all for now. I'm Trent Branchin, and as always, stay tuned because the best moments are still ahead.
We said we'd never break the 3-second rule. Never do that. And never become a minivan mom.
Hey, Chris.
As parents, we say never a lot, but never happens. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
We've had plenty of professionals come into our campus because they really love the work that students are doing here. Just having that professional experience that we try to mimic every day, I have really been able to say to employers, I've tried this, I've edited, shot, and interviewed plenty of people, and I could be an asset to this newsroom, but I want to learn. I've also wanted to continue this curiosity of understanding our media world.
Thank you for tuning in on this Monday evening. For more stories in your community, be sure to stay up to date with the Kent Stater.
And make sure to check out the new episode of Sports Corner at 8. I'm Amanda Nichelle.
And I'm Lila Hughes. Have a good night, Portage County.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it. I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool. Not in my house.